Good afternoon to you. Welcome to December 27th. We just have a few more days to go before the end of the year. And then we jump into 2022. Hopefully it's going to be a real positive jump as the transition from one year to the next over the last couple has been a little bit more, I'd say a little bit more challenging. So hopefully we get a good 2022 going good for everybody. And I know we're discussing a couple of different things about getting ready, New Year's resolutions, things like that. Should we not? Yeah. I mean, the answer is yes. Of course we should. We just shouldn't wait the entire year to go start a plan, a goal, setting something up like that. Interesting. Also, when it comes to different people to rely on in order to get opinions about our goals, assistants, accountability partners, who should we turn to? Got to understand where people are coming from is the bottom line on that one. Where is those people coming from when they're giving you advice, guidance, helping you along? Are they there to protect you? Are they there to encourage you? Are they there to push you beyond what you see as your own limit? And this way you grab onto something that's like, wow, I couldn't imagine ever achieving that. But then somebody pushed you along. Somebody gave you the courage to go out and step out of that comfort zone and go and achieve something better than you ever thought. So where does all that come from? Well, a lot of that comes from understanding where the goals are, understanding the importance of groups, understanding the importance of friendships, understanding the importance of different points of view is probably the most important part of that whole thing. Different points of view. Where did we start when we set out on our goal? That why factor. Why is it that it's so important for me to accomplish something where you're thinking, why? What is the difference? What is the difference? Man, I get that even with this program, right? I do it every day, every weekday. I've been doing it now for a couple of years. March will be 2 years with COVID. And then there was other things I did. It's like, you know what? Even if it's a little bit shorter, a little bit different, it just means something to me. Where others, they're like, does it matter? Look, does it really matter? No, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But it matters to me. So it matters. When you get the right people surrounding you that are coming from their own perspective, but they found that it's important to them, maybe it's time to listen. And you want to know something? The holidays are no different. Really, truly. And I know that's been a big discussion too. Why is it that some people feel it's an insult if you don't say Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Happy Kwanzaa? Or why is it that some people say, it's offensive if you just say Happy Holidays? People come from different points of view. Hey, look, if you're really super motivated, we'll say, about attached to about your religion, you're like, you don't want it to be downplayed and feel it's being taken away by not saying Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah and just saying Happy Holidays to everybody. Look, if I know somebody's Jewish, I'm not going to say Happy Holidays. I say Happy Hanukkah. If I know somebody celebrates Christmas, even though I don't, same kind of thing. If I know somebody celebrates Kwanzaa and I don't, then, hey, same kind of thing. But if I don't know, where's the harm in saying Happy Holidays? And I can tell you my point of view on that whole thing. And the reason why I think it is because most religions are really looking to inspire people. Yeah. Most religions will tell you that you should treat others as you'd like to be treated yourself. Not bad. Most religions will tell you that there is some guidance that's helping us become better and better each and every day, and that no matter what we go through, there's some lesson that's tossed into that thing. Not bad. Most religions have some sort of a celebratory factor, some challenge that is gone through, which creates the holiday in and of itself, and that's part of what needs to be celebrated. And I'd say most holidays also are there for reasons to get together with people, to celebrate those friendships, to appreciate those friendships, to appreciate those accountability partners also, those of us or those of you that have helped somebody else along, and make it work that way. So, all right. So today what I wanted to do is play a video here about the brief history of Kwanzaa. I don't know too much about Kwanzaa. Don't know what you know, but you know what? I think it's time we learn a little bit about Kwanzaa, where that has come from, and what that point of view is also. So we're going to play the video right now and enjoy, learn a little something along the way, and maybe we'll make a comment or two as we get over to the other side of it. So it is, what is Kwanzaa?
How did it start? Is it a holiday? These are some of the questions we'll answer in this video. Thank you for watching the Matter of Facts channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more fact-based answers to unusual questions. Dr. Maulana Karinga, American professor of Pan-African Studies at the California State University at Long Beach, established Kwanzaa in 1966 during the aftermath of the Wazirat and the Black Freedom Movement. Kwanzaa is a non-religious, non-political African-American holiday that celebrates family, community, and culture, and commemorates the African heritage of Black Americans whose ethnic history was stripped away by the slave trade. The holiday also gave African Americans an alternative to the Christmas holiday and an opportunity to celebrate themselves and their history rather than imitate the dominant society's practice. Professor Karinga believed that Christianity was a white religion that Black people should shun. But as Kwanzaa gained mainstream acceptance, Professor Karinga changed his position so that practicing Christians would not be alienated. As stated in the 1997 book, Kwanzaa, A Celebration of Family, Community, and Culture, Dr. Karinga said Kwanzaa was not created to give people an alternative to their own religion or religious holidays, but to reaffirm and restore our rootedness in African culture. So Kwanzaa is a cultural rather than a religious holiday and can be celebrated regardless of a person's faith tradition. Many African Americans who celebrate Kwanzaa do so in addition to observing Christmas. Kwanzaa's creation also underscores the central premise that you must have a cultural revolution before the violent revolution. The cultural revolution gives identity, purpose, and direction. The name Kwanzaa derives from the Swahili phrase Matunda ya Kwanza, meaning first fruits. First fruit festivals existed in southern Africa and celebrated in December and January with the southern solstice. The celebration dates back to ancient Egypt and Nubia. Professor Karinga chose Swahili as the language of the festivities because it is a Pan-African language, not necessarily defined by a particular region or tribe. Also, Professor Karinga was particularly inspired by an account he read of the Zulu festival Umkosi Wosalawa. He decided to spell the holiday's name with an additional A to have a symbolic 7-letter. Now that we have a brief history lesson on Kwanzaa, let us talk about the 6 exciting facts you might didn't know about the holiday. Number 1, Kwanzaa centers around 7 principles. The 7 days of Kwanzaa are a time of celebration, meditation, and recommitment. The focus is on the Nguzo Saba, or 7 principles. On each of the 7 nights, the family gathers near a table containing 7 Kwanzaa symbols. A child lights one of the candles on a kinara or candelabra. On the first day, the black candle in the center is lit, followed by alternating the red candle on the left and the green candle on the right. After lighting the candle, the family discusses one of the Nguzo Saba's principles. Individuals are encouraged to reflect on the principles throughout the holiday and embrace them in their own lives. An African feast called the Karamu is traditionally held on December 31st. The Nguzo Saba are central to the celebration of Kwanzaa and to the African-centered values that embrace the importance of celebrating one's own culture through meaningful, constant remembrance and connection to the ancestors. The Nguzo Saba emerged from Kawada philosophy, which evaluates the best of African thought and practice. Now that we have a better understanding of the Iguza Saba, or the 7 principles, let's discuss each principle that represent a different day of Kwanzaa. The first principle will be Umoja, or unity. Umoja stresses the importance of togetherness for the family and the community, which is reflected in the African proverb, I am because we are. We believe that everyone in our community is responsible for one another, and that by working together, we will achieve great things. The second principle is Kujichagulia, or self-determination. That one may define themselves for themselves. It isn't just about you or me, it's about us, our community, and how we celebrate our culture and independently use our resources to self-determine our future. The third principle will be Ojima, or collective work and responsibility. This means that one's successes are shared throughout the community and vice versa. We are collectively responsible for our achievements as well as our setbacks. We must build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together. Yes, to whom much is given, much is expected. The fourth principle will be Ojima'a, or cooperative economics. What this means is that sharing what one has with others to benefit everyone. It teaches us to support one another and to build businesses that benefit the whole community and help it thrive. The fifth principle will be Ni'a, or purpose. This is self-reflection and action and meaning. It's not enough just to have money. Yes, you can pay the bills, buy food and other things you want, but your life will have much more meaning if your money is used for a purpose. And the sixth principle will be Kuumba, or creativity. Expressed in art, work, thoughts, and acts, creativity means to perform acts that leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited. And the seventh and last principle is Imani, or faith. To believe with all our heart in our people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. The second interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its symbols. Kwanzaa has several key symbols that are used as artifacts to teach, remind, and inspire those in the application of Kwanzaa principles. The basic symbols used to celebrate Kwanzaa are: number 1, Bibunzi, or ear of corn. The Bibunzi, or ear of corn, symbolizes fertility and nurturing during Kwanzaa. Thus, one ear is placed on the mkeka for each child in the family. If there are no children in the home, 2 ears are still set on the mkeka because each person is responsible for the children of the community. Africans are reminded that child rearing is communal or tribal affair that involves virtues of discipline, respect for others, compassion, and charity. The second symbol would be Mazio, and they are the crops that represent African harvest and acknowledgement of productive labor. And the third symbol, as mentioned earlier, is Mkeka, and that is the Kwanzaa mat, which represents a foundation of our tradition and history. And the fourth symbol will be Kinara. Kinara is the candle holder that represents continental Africans as our roots. And the fifth symbol will be Muhindi. Muhindi is the corn that represents our children and our future. And the sixth symbol is Mishuma Asaba, is the group of 7 camels that represent the Kwanzaa 7 principles, Inguza Saba. And the seventh symbol is Kikambecha Omaja, is the unity cup, which represents the principle of unity as the basis of all Kwanzaa principles. And the eighth symbol is Zawadi, are gifts that represent the commitments made and kept. And the ninth symbol will be Bandera, also known as the Afro-American flag, Black Liberation flag, the UNIA flag, is the flag which is a supplemental symbol and color that represents black is the people, red is the struggle, and green is the future and hope. The 10th and final symbol is a poster of the 7 principles of Nguzo Saba. This will be printed and displayed. The third interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its gifts. They're homemade and educational. In order to avoid the over-commercialization of Kwanzaa, gifts or zawadi handed out to family members on the 7th day of Kwanzaa are often homemade. These gifts are meant to represent encouragement, self-determination, success, and growth for the person receiving them. Some participants buy books, music, art, accessories, or other culturally themed products, preferably from a Black-owned business. The fourth interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its colors. The colors black, red, and green are a reflection of the Pan-African movement, representing unity for people of African descent worldwide. Black represents the people, and red is for the noble blood that unites all people of African ancestry, as well as the bloodshed during slavery and the civil rights movement, and green is for the rich land of Africa. And now the fifth interesting fact about Kwanzaa are its United States Postal Service stamps. The first U.S. postage stamp to commemorate Kwanzaa was issued on October 22nd, 1997, by self-taught artist Cynthia St. James. Her designs were revalued 3 times to 33 cents, 34 cents, and 37 cents in 1999, 2001, and 2002. A total of 133 million Kwanzaa stamps were produced in 1997. Artist Daniel Minter introduced a new self-adhesive 37-cent Kwanzaa stamp on October 16, 2004. In October 2020, a new Kwanzaa stamp designed by art director Antonio Alcala and Andrea Pippins was part of the Postal Service Forever Stamp compilations. And the sixth and final fact about Kwanzaa: a few U.S. presidents have wished the nation a happy Kwanzaa. When President Barack Obama and his wife Michelle occupied the White House, towards the end of December, they would issue a statement to all those celebrating Kwanzaa. We know that there are still too many Americans going through enormous challenges and trying to make ends meet. But we also know that in the spirit of unity, or Umoja, we can overcome those challenges together. Presidents Bill Clinton and George W. Bush released similar statements during their time in office. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the Matter of Facts channel, and please like and click on the bell for notifications of future videos.
And there you go. Brief history of Kwanzaa, the symbols, rituals, and the ideals and ideas behind it. Kind of like that one about the gifts, that they all should have some meaning, maybe homemade gifts, and not just commercialized gifts for the sake of giving gifts. There should always be some sort of a meaning behind that one too, right? It's not just getting something, it's the reason why or purpose behind, etc. The getting something. So there you go. A little bit of history of Kwanzaa. I can tell you it was, I found it interesting. Something that didn't know. Also thought it was a little bit newer than what it was. Didn't realize it went back as far as it did. So that was something there too. But this goes back to the whole idea of why I think it's a good holiday season. There's so many. I had somebody said something somewhere, and I'm not backing it up with anything, but there was like 29 different holidays within a 6-week period. It's starting after, or starting maybe just before Thanksgiving, going through January. It's an awful lot. Couldn't tell you all of them. I can tell you, it's a good season to be celebrating holidays, friendships, family, accountability partners, business partners, referral partners, groups, all the rest of that stuff. It's all of those things. It's all of those things that add up that actually make for the possibilities of growth. It's those people that help us get through those obstacles differently. Yep, some people, it's a shoulder to cry on. Other people, they just listen and let you talk. Other people, maybe they don't even let you talk. They just come up with ideas right out of the bat. Some good, some not so good, maybe. But you never know. You never know what you might pick out of that person and use for yourself. And you also never know. You may be making that person's day by giving them a chance to talk and you to practice your own listening skills. Hey, that might be the greatest gift of them all. Allowing someone else to talk and you giving them the courtesy of listening and learning from them, their experiences, why they do what they do, why they have the personality that they do, why and how they approach those obstacles in life and then overcome them in their own way. And maybe you'll learn something from that one too. Hey, we all have different things that we can learn from different people. It's just a matter of listening to what they have to say, learning about what they do, learning about their cultures, learning about their attitudes, and blending the whole thing together so we can all get through many of the obstacles that we all face and help others through some of the obstacles that may be perhaps a bit more unique to them in their own situations. Sometimes it just takes an ear. The greatest gift of them all, just listening. Thank you for listening. Speak well, speak often, and definitely, emphatically live inspired.